Rated T for teen.
In 1978, a new series debuted on television, set on the backdrop of outer space. For TV, the show featured action scenes as advanced and realistic as any in cinema. Battlestar Galactica launched with the highest Nielsen ratings in U.S. television history. The show became an instant cult hit.
It was a family show. It was about people in space. It got into human stories about people struggling to survive, and it probably had the largest cross-genre audience ever.
It's a tight group of pilots fighting against overwhelming odds in a very epic scenarios where you have these incredibly vicious enemies, the Cylon Menace, evil robots from space. It's perfect for a game.
Vivendi Universal Games has teamed up with Warthog for game design and Eden Effects for cinematics to give fans the ultimate Battlestar experience as a PlayStation 2 and Xbox action game.
It's one thing to do a movie, a television series, and it's another thing to translate that to a game.
We've worked very closely with Universal to take reference material from the new series, but also to make sure that we look at the old series as well and take influence from that. We've got that freedom to put them into a different, newer setting.
You play as Commander Adama in his very first assignment aboard the Galactica, 40 years before the events of the series.
Galactica, we've lost the elite raiders in the debris field.
What we've achieved is this incredible mix of cinematics and gameplay.
Things are whipping past you, you're diving down to planets, there's action going on around you instead of being more of a viewer outside of that situation.
The players go from incredibly story-driven cinematics that really get them engaged in what's in space combat, and then they get into the levels that look so close to the way the cinematics are driven. You're playing the movie.
The opening movie was really fun. Basically, we started knowing the concept needed to be just a bunch of Vipers come out of the Galactica, they shoot down a bunch of Raiders, and they get blown up. I went more for a traditional sort of World War II feel. I wanted to make sure that the camera felt handheld. Every time the camera was in the scene, we took into account that there was a cameraman there either on another spaceship or on the spaceship that you were on.
We wanted to try to combine, the look of what we are doing with the feel of the game and try to make it one cohesive whole.
You have our thanks, Blue Flight.
I think Warthog are a great development company because of the history of space games from Starlancer and so on.
We're using 5 levels of detail to allow the detail level of the ships to come closer to the view of the player. We felt it was important that when these ships did fly close by to the player's ship, that you could actually see panel lines and the shaping of the engines rather than just a general shape of the ship.
Actually, everybody who ever dreamt of getting in one of those Vipers now can get in one of those Vipers.
You always used to get the cutaways in the actual TV show where they'd grab hold of the thruster and push that button, and we want to make the player feel as though they are turbo blasting through space.
In the game, we've brought together a great group of sci-fi talent, from Dwight Schultz from Star Trek,
I am no legend, boy.
and Robin Atkin Downs from Babylon 5,
This is Adama. Blue 4 is ready for launch.
and Kristana Loken from T3.
Hey, Adama. That was pretty impressive flying.
Along with the favorites, the fan favorites of Dirk Benedict and Richard Hatch.
Yeah, we were just passing by and, we thought we'd lend a hand. Wow, I knew the commander was an ace when he was younger, but I never thought I'd get a chance to see it in person.
Starbuck, watch your chatter. We're on an open channel.
It was just really a lot of fun. You get to have a lot of creativity, without having to think about anything else other than, just the words.
I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Don't I'll get emotional. I got through Battlestar Galactica without having one emotional moment. I don't want it to happen now.
The show starred Richard Hatch and Dirk Benedict, and we've incorporated them in the game, and it's spectacular.
In the fall of 2003, old fans and new will rediscover the epic series in a whole new way with Battlestar Galactica, the PlayStation 2 and Xbox action game.
We decided to play God. Create life. And when that life turned against us, we comfort ourselves in the knowledge that it was the Cylons that were flawed. But the truth is, we are the flawed creation. We jumped into uncharted space. We're a long way from home. Limited supplies, limited fuel, no allies, and now no hope. As of this moment, we are at war.
Sooner or later, the day comes when you can't hide from the things you've done.
Moments ago, this ship received word of a Cylon attack against our home worlds is underway.
You're the new breed of Cylon.
I have feelings, hopes, wants, and what I want most of all is for you to love me.
The Cylons look like us, then any one of us can be a Cylon. You're gonna die in this body.
My consciousness will just be transferred to another one.
Another Cylon!
Humanity's children are returning home today.
Let's get this ship into the fight.
Get down!
Zach failed basic flight.
He should not have been there. He was only doing it for you.
Thought I should confess my sins. How's the wife?
I promise you one thing. We will make it.
We have 50,000 people left. The war is over.
It hasn't begun yet.
Battlestar Galactica premieres Sunday, December 7th at 9, only on Sci-Fi Channel.
Bruce, you've had a terrible accident. You're wondering why you're still alive. You're thinking there's something different. You may not want to believe it, but I can see it in your eyes.
This fall, experience one of the most highly anticipated anime films. Millennium Actress. From the director of Perfect Blue, Satoshi Kon, comes the story of a legendary actress, the mystery of her past, and the search for the key that will unlock a lifelong secret. Winner Best Animation Film, and won the grand prize for animation with Academy Award winner Spirited Away. Loved by critics around the world. Millennium Actress.
DVD and video, Timecop the movie was a non-stop, action-packed thrill ride through time. And now, with a new wave of Timecop,
Launch me.
The journey continues. Their mission is to protect the past from the present.
Got about a 30-minute window before the prison riots start.
I have to make sure you were never born in any incarnation.
If he's out of his mind, you gotta send me back. Come on, baby!
Jason Scott Lee stars in Timecop, The Berlin Decision.
Not bad, Jeffers.
Thanks.
But he's still standing.
Now on DVD and video.